Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Benedict here again from BJLan, and in this class, I want us to talk about reference, rather absolute reference and relative reference. So, I want us to differentiate between absolute reference and relative reference. So, first, I want to do a formula here, which will be based on relative reference. So, is equal to C3 times D3. So this is a relative reference. So relative reference, when you do a formula with the relative reference, it means that the formula will be based on the adjacent cells as opposed to an absolute cell where the formula is referencing. Like now, if I copy the formula down, the formula will be moving down based on adjacent cells. So here is where we talk about the relative reference. So when I double click here, you can see the formula is moving down with the rows. So we have C3 and D3. When we go to the next cell, we have C4 and D4. So the formula is relative to the adjacent cells. So we talk about relative reference. So absolute reference is when the reference cell is absolute. So the formula, whether you are on which cell, will only be referencing that cell, that absolute reference cell. So like now we have, let us try to calculate the percentage cells of each given day. So I'll say here is equal to, so here we'll have both a relative reference and absolute reference. But let me write the formula first. So I'll say is equal to E3, which is a relative reference, times not times but divide by E18. So E18 will be absolute reference because you want to get to know the percentage cells of each single day based on the total sales. So here we'll put a dollar sign before E, a dollar sign before E, and a dollar sign before 18 to make it an absolute reference. So we are calculating percentage sales based on total sales within that period, but we want to know the percentage sales per day. So this should be sales, not Kenya shillings. So we drag this down up to F16. So now when you check on the formulas, every cell here with the formula, you will see they are referencing E18. So E18 is based on absolute reference, and this other cells E6 is based on relative reference. So the formula is having both relative and absolute, so it has mixed reference. See, so all the calculations have been based on grand total sales to get the percentage sales of each day of the fruit sold. So when we sum these sales, when we sum these total sales, we are supposed to get 100%. So let's see, let's try to test that. So alt equals sign should give us 100%. So this is 100%, meaning our formula is correct. So I hope you've understood the difference between relative reference and absolute reference. So in relative reference, if you put a formula on a cell, the formula will be moving based on the adjacent cells that the formula is referencing. but with absolute reference, the cell referenced will not be moving, but all the formula, rather each formula in a if the formula is pasted on any cell, it will only be referencing one cell because it is absolute reference. So thanks a lot for watching, and let's meet again on the next video.